Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when you have to stop waiting for tomorrow, and you have to decide, this is my day, this is my time, this is my season. Too many people sit on the sidelines of their own lives, watching, wishing, and waiting. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect break. But let me tell you something, the perfect time doesn't exist. The only perfect time is the moment you make a decision to act. You've got dreams inside you. You've got goals burning inside your heart. But dreams don't work unless you do. If you want to change your life, you must step out of your comfort zone and into your calling. Every excuse you carry is a brick building a wall between you and your destiny. Tear it down. Replace excuses with action, fear with faith, doubt with determination. The future you want isn't going to knock on your door. You've got to go out there, chase it down, and claim it. And here's the truth, life is not a rehearsal. You don't get to rewind. Every day is a chance, a gift, an opportunity. The question is, will you seize it? Will you step up? Will you rise to the challenge? Because the future belongs not to the ones who wait, but to the ones who act. So I challenge you today, stop postponing your greatness. Stop playing small. Stand tall. Walk boldly. Speak life into your dreams and seize the day. Too many people are waiting for the right time. They say, I'll start when things settle down, or I'll go after my dream when the kids are grown, or I'll take action when I have more money, more experience, more confidence. But here's the reality, there will never be a moment when everything lines up perfectly. Life will always present challenges, distractions, and responsibilities. If you keep waiting for conditions to be ideal, you will spend your entire life waiting. Every day you delay is a day you never get back. Time is the most precious resource you have. Once it's gone forever. You can recover money, rebuild relationships, and regain health, but you can never reclaim wasted time. That's why the most dangerous word in the human vocabulary is tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and before you know it, decades have slipped through your fingers. Think about it. The people who achieve extraordinary success aren't necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. They are the ones who made a decision to start right where they were with what they had. They didn't wait for all the answers. They didn't wait for the green lights to line up across the board. They said, I may not know everything, but I know enough to begin. That willingness to act in the moment is what sets them apart from the millions who are still waiting. When you act now, you create momentum. Momentum is powerful because it breeds confidence. The first step may be small, but it changes your psychology. It tells your mind, I am no longer waiting. I am moving. That single shift movement instead of stagnation can open doors you didn't even see before. People will take notice. Opportunities will appear. And the act of starting will teach you more than months or even years of planning ever could. Waiting feels safe, but it's an illusion. The longer you wait, the heavier your doubts become, the louder your fears grow, and the more your energy fades. Action, on the other hand, creates clarity. Action cuts through confusion and uncertainty. You may not see the whole staircase, but you can take the first step, and from that step, the next one will appear. Progress happens only when you move. So the call is simple: stop waiting, stop delaying, stop rehearsing for a future that may never come. The time is not later. The time is not someday. The time is not when you feel ready. The time is now. Everybody has dreams. Dreams of building a business, writing a book, traveling the world, living in financial freedom, or leaving a legacy. But here's the truth. Dreams don't become reality just because you want them to. Wanting is not enough. Hoping is not enough. Talking about it is not enough. If you want to see those dreams take shape, you've got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and put in the work. because without effort, a dream is nothing more than a wish. Think about a farmer. A farmer may dream of a great harvest, but dreaming doesn't put seeds in the ground. Wishing doesn't water the soil. Hoping doesn't pull out the weeds. If that farmer wants to reap a harvest, he has to get his hands dirty. He has to labor through the heat, the rain, and the seasons. Your dreams are the same. You can't just sit back and expect them to grow on their own. You have to cultivate them with consistent effort, discipline, and persistence. The problem is, most people love the dream but hate the work. They get excited when they imagine the rewards, the recognition, and the results, but they shrink back when it comes time to sacrifice. They want the success but not the struggle. They want the glory but not the grind. But life doesn't work that way. Success has a price, and the question you must ask yourself is, am I willing to pay it? Because only those who are willing to pay in sweat, in discipline, and in sacrifice ever get to cash in on the rewards. When you put in the work, you not only move closer to your dream, you become stronger in the process. The hours you spend practicing your craft, studying your field, or building your skills shape you into the kind of person who can actually handle success. Because here's another truth: unearned success doesn't last. If it comes easy, it will go easy. But when you grind for it, when you fight for it, when you earn it, you'll value it, protect it, and grow it. Dreams require consistency. Not bursts of effort here and there, not passion that fades after the comfort zone is a beautiful place. But nothing ever grows there. It's where life feels safe, familiar, and predictable. You know the routines, you know the people, you know the outcomes. But while it feels comfortable, it also keeps you stuck. Comfort zones are like invisible cages. The bars aren't made of steel. They're made of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. And as long as you let that fear hold you, your growth is on pause. Every great achievement in history was born outside someone's comfort zone. The innovators, the leaders, the game changers, they all had to step into places where they didn't feel ready, where the outcome wasn't guaranteed, and where failure was a real possibility. But that's exactly why they grew. They discovered new abilities, uncovered hidden strength, and unlocked potential they would have never found if they had stayed where it was safe. When you stay comfortable, you rob yourself of your own greatness. You may feel secure, but inside there's a restlessness. That's your potential knocking, saying, I know you're capable of more. And if you ignore that voice long enough, you don't just stay the same. You actually move backward. Because while you're standing still, the world is moving forward. Progress doesn't wait for anybody. Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always mean making a giant leap. Sometimes it's taking small but consistent steps into the unfamiliar. It could be speaking up in a meeting when you usually stay silent. It could be starting that side project you've been too afraid to try. It could be applying for the position you feel unqualified for, or investing in yourself through training and education. Each time you stretch beyond what feels easy, you expand your capacity. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's scary. But discomfort is a sign of growth. Think about the gym. Muscles don't grow when you lift weights that are easy. They grow when you push through resistance. Life works the same way. The resistance you face outside your comfort zone is not there to break you. It's there to build you. The bigger the challenge, the greater the strength you gain when you rise to meet it. And here's the secret. The comfort zone never actually disappears. The moment you step out and grow, your new level of achievement becomes the next comfort zone. That means there's always another level waiting, always another challenge to embrace, always another step that will demand courage. Growth is not a one-time act. It's a lifestyle of choosing challenge over comfort again and again. Excuses are the silent killers of dreams. They sound innocent, they sound reasonable, and sometimes they even sound smart. But make no mistake, every excuse you hold on to is nothing more than a brick in the wall separating you from your future. People don't fail because they're not talented enough, smart enough, or capable enough. More often, they fail because they give themselves permission to hide behind excuses. Excuses give you temporary comfort, but permanent regret. Saying, "I don't have the time," might soothe your conscience in the moment, but deep down you know time is something you make for what matters most. Saying, "I don't have the money," might sound logical, but the truth is, people have started empires with less than what you have in your pocket. So you saying, "I'm too young" or "I'm too old" is just a way to avoid the fear of trying. Excuses don't protect you, they paralyze you. Every excuse you cling to becomes a prison. It convinces you that you can't change, that you can't do better, that you're stuck with what you've got. But the reality is, most excuses are nothing more than fear disguised as logic. Fear tells you, stay where you are. It's safer here. Logic twists itself to agree. And before long, you've built a fortress of reasons why you can't, while someone else out there, with fewer resources and bigger obstacles, is outworking you and proving it can be done. When you eliminate excuses, you unlock creativity. Suddenly, instead of saying, "I can't," you start asking, "How can I?" And that one question is powerful. How can I find the time? How can I raise the money? How can I learn the skill? That shift in thinking tears down walls and builds bridges. Excuses block the road, but solutions create new paths. The moment you stop defending your limitations, you give yourself permission to discover possibilities. And let's be real, excuses might protect your ego, but they won't build your destiny. Telling yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," protects you from feeling the sting of failure today, but it also robs you of progress. Blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck may feel like relief, but it keeps the power out of your hands. Excuses let you off the hook in the short term, but they cost you everything in the long term. The truth is, you can have results or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. Every excuse you remove takes down part of the wall. And as the wall crumbles, the path to your dream becomes clearer, brighter, and closer than you ever imagined. Fear is one of the most natural emotions we experience as human beings. It shows up when we stand on the edge of the unknown, when the outcome isn't guaranteed, and when the possibility of failure is real. Fear whispers, "What if you're not good enough? What if you fall? What if people laugh at you?" And because it feels so powerful, many people mistake fear as a signal to stop. But fear isn't a stop sign. It's just a sign you're moving into new territory. The truth is, everyone feels fear. The dreamers feel it, the achievers feel it, the leaders feel it. The difference is not that successful people are fearless. It's that they act in spite of fear. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward even while fear is screaming in your ear. Courage says, "I hear you, fear, but you will not decide my future." When you let fear control you, it shrinks your world. It convinces you to play small, to stay quiet, to avoid risk. You start living a life of safety instead of significance. But when you choose courage, your world expands. You open doors you never thought you could walk through. You discover strengths you didn't know you had. Fear may still be in the car, but courage grabs the steering wheel and drives anyway. Courage is built in moments of decision. It's not something you wait for, it's something you choose. The more you act with courage, the stronger it grows. Every time you face the fear of rejection and still make the call, your courage grows. Every time you step on the stage, even though your knees are shaking, your courage grows. Every time you try again after failing, your courage grows. Like a muscle, courage strengthens through use. It's important to recognize that fear never fully goes away. At every new level, there will be new challenges and new doubts. That's why courage is a daily choice. Fear might visit your mind, but courage decides what lives in your heart. Fear might knock on the door, but you don't have to invite it in. And the more often you choose courage, the less power fear has over you. Here's the secret. Fear points to the very areas where you have the most potential to grow. If it scares you, it's probably a sign it matters. Fear is the compass that shows you where your breakthrough lies. Don't run from it. Face it, embrace it, and let courage carry you through. Too many people sit and wait for the future to arrive like a package being delivered to their doorstep. They say, "One day my chance will come," or "When it's my time, everything will line up for me." But life doesn't work that way. The future doesn't come wrapped with a bow, delivered to those who wait. The future belongs to those who go out, chase it down, and claim it with both hands. Opportunities don't show up for people who are idle. They show up for people who are in motion. When you're out there moving, learning, building, and growing, doors begin to appear. Some of them you'll have to knock on. Others you'll have to kick down. But if you're sitting on the couch, hoping destiny will come find you, you'll miss every single one. Motion attracts opportunity. Stillness repels it. Think about pioneers, inventors, and entrepreneurs throughout history. They didn't sit around waiting for the future to hand them success. They saw what could be, and they went after it with relentless pursuit. They understood that nothing changes until you change, and nothing happens until you move. The future isn't discovered. It's created by people bold enough to go after it. When you take responsibility for claiming your future, you put the power back in your own hands. You stop blaming circumstances, waiting for luck, or depending on someone else to save you. You begin to understand that your future is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. And the choices you make every single day, the actions you take consistently, are what shape the life you'll live tomorrow. Going out to claim your future requires risk. It requires you to take steps before you have all the answers, to leap before you're certain where you'll land. And yes, you may stumble, you may fall, but falling while moving forward is still progress. Every mistake you make teaches you, sharpens you, and prepares you for the success you're pursuing. The only true failure is refusing to step out and try. And here's what's beautiful: when you stop waiting and start claiming, you realize the future isn't some distant dream. It's built one decision, one action, one bold step at a time. Every time you move, you're not waiting for the future, you're creating it. And that creation process is where real power, real growth, and real fulfillment live.